Welcome, everybody. We've got Sean from Landvoice. What's up, buddy?
Hey, it's good to be with you, Tristan. How are you, man?
Good, man. You're always wearing a really cool Landvoice hat. Like, if it's not this one, it's a different one. I
I
love
have
that.
I probably have a dozen hanging on my wall over here. So, yeah, I'm a junkie for, I guess, a flat bill hat, right?
You guys do a really good job with the merch, man.
Thanks,
So
appreciate you.
keep
Yeah,
it keep it up. Today, we're going to be talking about handwritten notes. We've noticed just over the last few years that they've just gotten. I feel, and Sean's got the data, but I feel like they've just become more and more important, and they connect better with people just from the responses I've gotten from some of you out there, because I sent some handwritten notes to some of you, and also from my clients, my actual past clients in Sphere here locally. And I'll tell you a story once we get to it, but two expireds and for sale by owners. So,
yeah.
John, where do you want to start with this, man?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about mail today, right? At Landvoice, we love phone calls. We love like putting the agent in front of sellers that want to raise their hand. And so today we want to talk about something that we're not really known for, which is mail, right? And whether you do it through Landvoice or something else, we just want to give you a lot of stats on why mail is relevant. Maybe in a future call, Tristan, we can talk about some old technologies that are really working well. Now, I wouldn't consider mail to be an old technology, but it's been around for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And you're right, it's working well. When we think about social media, when we think about phone calls, this world is so interconnected in such a small world. But what we're really looking for is better, stronger relationships. And mail seems to be checking that box right now, right? What mail is doing is getting us in rapport, which is what we're always working to do as licensed professionals, is how do we develop more relationships, have better conversations, and stay within rapport. And we feel mail is helping us kind of get past that line of where we're not within rapport with a lot of our customers or potential
Mm.
clients. And we see it really kind of just moving the needle, helping us build a relationship that's different than what it's been the last 5 or 10 years, right?
I always I always tell people when it comes to mail that it's like social media, but instead of being out there and letting the algorithm, people, um, decide who sees you and what. This is very targeted, and it's the same thing. It just depends how often you're mailing, how often you're showing up,
Yeah.
and how they engage with it. And it's usually just like, cool, right? But if you're doing it enough, or like it's just like scrolling. It's like, oh, there's Tristan again. There's Tristan again. Same thing, right? Just very localized.
That's exactly right. And you post a lot on social media. I post a lot on social media. We're in front of people every day, all day, but it kind of gets saturated, right? Where when we're talking about mail, or what I really want to talk about today is handwritten mail, very personal,
Mm.
and really just has that Midas touch, right? Something that really impacts the consumer, that we can have an impact, but more importantly, we can develop that relationship that we're talking about as well. So I think what really hit me is you and I were on a call similar to this a couple months ago. It might have even been 3 months ago,
Mhm.
Tristan, and you're talking about how you used to mail to an expired or a FSBO. And I want everybody to hear, was it a $4 million listing that you
Yeah,
worked with
this
at the
is
time?
this is like 2016,
Okay,
I
so
think
about
it
a
is.
decade. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
About 10 years ago. Yep.
2016. The house at the time, 4 million. So, dude, through
Yeah,
COVID, this is way now it's priced way more here.
that's right.
But at the time, expired came through. It came through Landvoice. I remember that because Christoph and
Yep.
I were going back and forth.
Yep.
And I have a process where certain expireds, not all of them, depending on if I, number one, can't get in because it's gated, right?
Yep.
And I really, really like the home. Like, damn, I think we could do well. I think we could sell this, right?
Definitely. Yep.
Those are really my two criterias, because I can't knock on it. I can't fly my drone over the house and drop a package in there, right? I can't do that. I can, but I won't do it. right?
That's
It just
right.
doesn't
That's
feel
right.
right.
Yep.
And there's some other ways. But one of the things that we do is write these notes. And so in one of these notes, and by the way, it wasn't one, it was a series of 4, right?
Okay.
Now, I
Yep.
don't remember which one of the 4 they responded, but I just remember there being 4. In one of those, it gave them one of the things that we do for luxury homes. And in our case, we market internationally,
That's
right?
right. Yep.
And so we bring in people from Europe, from Asia, and Canada, and Mexico. And so I really quickly wrote that in there and explained very lightly what is vague, right? And then this is me on vacation. I'm at Disney. Oh, that's where I was. I was at Disneyland. I remember. I was at Disney at the hotel, and I get this. It's a simple picture of the inside of my card,
Yep.
the handwritten note. And then it says, "Is this true?" No, hello, I got your card. None of that.
Yeah.
It's just like, is this true?
You know the personality type, by the way, just from that message, right?
Dude, I know. I was like, driver or analytical. That's it.
Yep.
There's no, hey, how are you? I got your note. No, it's not gonna happen. That's so funny, man. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes sense. So is this true? And I had to read it. I was like, okay, which card did they get?
Yeah.
And I'm reading through. I'm like, yeah, of course it's true. I go, yeah, it's true. You want to jump on a call right now? That's what I said. And she said, yes. Called, connected, met them when I got back, met them at their house, went through the property, immense property. And I got the listing, 4 million. And then that actually led to more listings in the area. And dude, it baffled my brain.
For everyone. Yeah, sorry, keep going, Tristan.
That a note opened the door. That was it.
For everyone taking notes out there, there's 3 things to success. Number 1, you're cherry picking, right? Like you're finding beautiful, gorgeous homes of decision makers. Number 2, you're getting really personal. You're sending, handwritten cards or some type of mailer. And then number 3, Tristan, we all know this in the real estate industry, you've got to go on vacation. And when you go on vacation,
it's funny.
Right.
That's my plan. Can I just live on vacation, Sean?
That's it. You just got to go to Disneyland every day and then they respond. So those are the 3 factors. Now we want to kind of throw some stats at you. But Tristan, what a cool story, man. Listing a $4 million property on a mailer that cost you $1 or $2 or $3 or whatever it was.
Yep.
I love it. So let's talk about why mail. Now, again, we're Landvoice. We're big proponents of making dials and making calls. We think you should honor the do not call registry, stay TCPA compliant. Landvoice will always help you do that, right? We're going to filter and scrub everything against the do not call registry, and all 11 states that have a state do not call registry, we're going to do that as well. So if you're making calls, stay compliant and make sure you're doing things the right way. What we love about mail is there's no do not mail registry, right? Like you can mail to anyone and it's personable, right? So here's the thing, guys, and I think I shared this in another call, Tristan, but we have a record number of consumers right now sitting on the fence, right? The decision makers are at an all-time low. We're at 4 million transactions the last 2 years. When 2021, we had over 6 million transactions. That's 12 million sides, buyer side, seller side. So we've literally lost 1/3 of the industry or the business in the real estate market the last 2 years. Right. So we got to stay in front of decision makers. And that's why we love for sell by owners, expireds, pre-foreclosures. These are decision makers. These are hand raisers. These are people that need to sell and move their home. Now, can we connect with them in another way? And we think we can through mail. So Landvoice, we've acquired a company. It's called Inked. And what Ink does is it puts a ballpoint pen in a robot's hand and it handwrites a handwritten card and an envelope for you, right? Go ahead.
Does it use a Landvoice pen though?
You know what? It uses a pen just like this. It's not always marketed Landvoice, but it's a ballpoint pen. We'll try and this one. Yeah. Anyway, lots of different pens, lots of fun pens. I should have brought a Landvoice pen with me as well.
Because I know you guys have merch. I love your merch. That's why I know.
I put the wrong pen on the screen. So here it is. Landvoice pen. And it's really cool. So here's the stats though, guys. Let's talk through stats. Over 90% of decision makers, which FSBOs, pre-foreclosures, expireds, decision makers, hand raisers, right? 90% of decision makers say they never respond to cold call outreach. 90%. And it takes an average of 8 calls to reach a prospect. See, what we're really good at is making calls, but we're not always really good at the follow-up. And even Harvard, MIT reviews, all of them say, hey, it takes 7 to 8 follow-ups to kind of make contact and build the right relationship, right? So when we talk about mail, direct mail works differently, right? Mail gets held, it gets touched, it gets visually processed, right? And recipients engage on their own time, right? Like we go to the mailbox when we get a minute, right? So it's not as intrusive as a call where we're sitting in the bathroom, sitting in Disneyland, wherever it might be. A call can be pretty intrusive on someone's time, where mail, they're getting it on their own time. Instead of being interrupted during the day, it's at a time that you have their attention, right? So here's a couple of studies. 42% of consumers read or scan every piece of direct mail they receive. Now, we know that percentage is higher when it's a handwritten card. That's why we love handwritten cards, right? Direct mail, the open or the engagement rates can reach 80 to 90% oftentimes. So, it depends on the consumer, it depends on your market, but we know that mail gets touched. We know it gets seen, right? Yeah. Higher response rates. So not only are we talking now about open rates, but let's talk about the response rate to mail over even a call, right? Direct mail, you're typically getting a response rate in the 2.5% to 9% range, which is much better than just making cold calls. Cold calls, you're typically 1% to 3%. A direct mail, you're getting somewhere between 2.5% to 3%. I would call it from there. That's kind of the floor. 2.5%, 3%, all the way up to 9% on average. Email is about 0.1% to 2%. So it's email is the lowest engagement, then a call, then direct mail, right? So think of it as email as 0.1% to 2% engagement or response. Cold call, you're 1% to 3%. Direct mail 3% to 9%. And so you can obviously have a much bigger impact when you're sending mail. If you have existing customers you're working with and trying to engage your database, response rate can be 5% to 9%, where cold calling again hovers in that 2% to 2.5%, 3% range. Any thoughts there, Tristan? I've got quite a few.
I'm just thinking, like, if we can be very strategic about direct mail going to, and this is just a test out for everybody out there. Direct mail going out to different age groups, just to test it out.
Yeah.
Because what we've known, again, this is just a very localized, small test that we've run over the years. When we send it to, let's just call them boomers, right? That generation.
Sure.
We tend to get, because we track, because Amanda asked, hey, do you put a QR code on it? We don't all the time. We have a phone number, so we can track that specific caller or that specific mailer or that specific handwritten note. But we found that the older generation hand raises, so calls back, has a question. And to me, that's massive, because 50% of homes being sold are boomers.
Yeah.
And it's going to increase.
Definitely. And most of those boomers don't know how to use a QR code as well. So I would say experiment with the QR code.
Yeah.
See if you love it, see if you don't. But we love leaving your name, email, phone, obviously brokerage information. That's all templated inside of Inked, where it's all done for you. But the QR code can also be placed there. It's a little bit, there's an argument that you want this to be very personal and handwritten. So the QR code doesn't really fit that argument. But obviously, if you're writing to a younger crowd, the QR code works, right? It's something that can be helpful. So the other thing about mail, Tristan, is it just feels more trustworthy, right? When you think about a direct mail, it's more legitimate, it's more personal, it's less invasive. where cold calls immediately trigger skepticism, right? And we fall out of rapport. I also think they can be and should be coupled together, right? As we're making calls and trying to get that first listing appointment. On those calls that are somewhat warm and receptive, a thank you card or a message goes a long way, right? And so those are
Mm,
opportunities to still grow that rapport and that relationship, right?
it's
Here,
true.
here's some of the consumer stats though. 56% of customers, okay, so these aren't cold calls, but actually customers say print marketing is the most trustworthy marketing channel. 70%,
Interesting.
70% say direct mail feels more personal than digital interactions. And 73% of consumers, not customers, consumers prefer brands communicating through mail. So there's obviously some deep interest with the consumer. And all the other thing that's interesting is the vertical we're in. So real estate,
Mhm.
insurance, home services, trust matters enormously in these verticals, right? It's really important to have that trust. And so to build it, not only through a call, but through mail, can really be powerful and really important in your business, right?
That's very true, man.
The other thing it creates is a brand recollection, right? Like, oh, I know that person. I've seen their face on social media. I've seen their emails, right? Now I'm getting a handwritten some type of mail from them. That builds a recollection in brand and helps us. Mail also stays on the kitchen counter, stays on the desk, the fridge, the table, and so the recollection's not only there because they see it once, but they see it often throughout the day, right?
That's true. That's true. I was looking up something on. I'm just going to share it with you right now.
Yeah.
This way people can take a look here. All right. I went up to Perplexity,
Mm,
age and direct mail trust, right?
yep.
Here's the source. I'll put it up for everybody to see. But look at this right here. Baby boomers and Gen X also report high trust levels with Marketing Sherpas, the company that ran the study, showing
Mhm.
about 80% of boomers and 77% of Gen Xers saying they trust direct mail, right? And so I'm gonna grab this link right here, but there's just a lot more information here, and it just shows you that an older generation from the studies that have been done seem to trust mail a lot more. So to me, especially Sean, especially because it's handwritten. That's the thing that hasn't been studied that I could find,
Yeah,
right? But
exactly.
if something is handwritten by a local business,
Yep.
you, myself, right,
Yep.
all of us, that adds an extra layer, right? Because to people, it feels like number one, you took the time to write this to me, right? Time. That means, okay, there's a significant investment there. What is it saying subliminally, right? I can connect with you and you put your number on there. I may reach out to you instead of the QR code. The moment you add the QR code, it could change the dynamic. That's why we keep testing it out, right? We seem to get more phone calls than anything else from the
Yep.
number.
Yep.
But like I said, test it out, everybody. That's the link I put in if people want to jump on that.
It's well done, Tristan. I guess I would also say this in my business, I'm also always looking to do things different, right, than the rest of the competition. How do I stand out and do it different? If peak season for Disneyland's June, I'm going in February or January, right? Like I just don't want to stand in the line very
You're
long.
funny.
And when it comes to expireds and FSBOs, if I feel like they're taking 50 calls, how can I do it different? How can I stand out and be different than all the competition? And that's where mailboxes are less competitive than inboxes, right? And so
Mhm.
hundreds of emails, nonstop calls, LinkedIn spam, AI generated outreach. Guys, this is where the consumer is being inundated. So how do we do it different? How do we just, shine a light and be less, I want to say less competitive, Tristan, but what it is how do we do it different, build the rapport, build the relationship? And it's mail right now, guys. That's what's moving the needle, where everyone else is kind of turning to AI and just trying to like spam everybody. How
Hmm.
do we get more personal and really get more intentional on the listings we want to take with the hand raisers, the people that really can make decisions now, right?
That's true. I would say this, man, and not a lot of people go through this process. Identify how you are different than your competition, like truly different, right? And then the expireds. Remember these people, Sean, you brought up a really good point. Expireds and FSBOs, sorry, specifically FSBOs,
Yep.
are drivers and analyticals, right?
Yep.
The majority of them, unanimously. Expireds are going to get a mix. So I would take a look at how you differentiate, and then in a sequence of 3, 4, 5 handwritten notes over a very short process, like lengthwise. I wouldn't go over 2 months. I probably would do 1.5, 6 weeks, right?
Yep.
Around there. Just from seeing how the turnaround is, it's usually 45 days. And I would start in saying, hey, hi, just a quick intro. I live here, I work here. Just want to say hello, quick who you are. And if people are curious about putting their home back on the market, you specialize in it, right? If it's for expireds,
That's it.
right? And then the next one's like, hi again, by the way, I see that your home still is off market. This is for expireds, off market. If you're
Yep.
ever interested, here are 3 things that we do extremely well that has sold other homes that didn't sell the first time around, right? And then you have the sequential process that they're getting to know you. They know you're local, right? And then you start inviting them. You want to have coffee? Here's my phone number if you want to reach out. And then this process gets them knowing you. It's like social media. That's why I equated it to that, right? Just very targeted.
Tristan, to go full circle, I mean, you shared an example of how you listed a home sending out mail, $4 million property. But how were you different? And in that mail, that letter, you shared that you're marketing to the Canadian market, to the Asian market, and that's what caught your attention is how you were different, right? So that's so true. And I guess just to kind of summarize a few things, why mail wins: cold call interrupts people during the day, direct
Mhm.
mail attracts attention, right?
That's so true.
Calls disappear, mail lingers, right? Calls feel like spam.
Mm.
Mail feels credible in today's world where we are being spammed from all directions. And so those are things that I want everybody to just kind of realize, right? And kind of look at more than anything. Um, am I able to share a screen for just a minute?
Yeah, dude, go right ahead. And I have a question for you as you're sharing.
Yeah.
When it comes to tracking, because Lavonda, what's up, Lavonda? She has a great question. Is there a way to track uh, any of this? If not, I've got something that we can add to this. That's why.
The easiest way to track is by implementing the QR code in the cards or the letters, right? This is going to be able to track and grab information when they hit our website. So the QR code's the easiest way to track. There's other older technologies that I want to talk about maybe in another call, Tristan.
Mhm.
One is an older technology we still have called call capture. As they call you back on a number, we can capture that lead and send it to different
That's it.
places.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping you'd say. That's what we do.
Yeah, and we want to kind of talk through that maybe in another call, but that's a fun opportunity. Now, what I want to show you guys real quick, can you see my screen,
I got
Tristan?
you. Yep.
I might need your help editing this screen so this private information doesn't go on the internet.
Yeah, well,
We might have to blur out some of it.
Young, can you do us a favor? Tell the team to edit the information, or they'll flag the YouTube will flag this and bring it down.
Yep. So real quick, what you're looking at is Landvoice and expireds. I've got a new expired this morning here in Lexington, South Carolina. I've got information and all the details, which is great. But I want to show you how fast it is to send an inked card. You just click this little box right here. It says I need to add funds. That can't be true, but maybe it's not going to be easy for me today. We're fixing this bug. But essentially what you're going to do is that's not going to ask you for that until you're done sending the cards. You're going to click here. You could also come up here and select all the cards that you want to
Mhm,
send, expireds or withdrawns or canceled or FSBOs to, and
mhm.
then just click that bar again. And once it does that, for some reason, I have funds on this account. Do you know what? It's because I'm logged into another account, Tristan. but literally 3 clicks. We have all the templates done for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, once the template is done, there's expired templates, there's FSBO templates, there's pre-foreclosure templates. But the beauty is 3 clicks and you're sending a handwritten card with whatever you want to say. Now, if that template doesn't say exactly what you want to say, you
Mm-hmm.
edit that one time, you save it, and 3 clicks and the card's done. Now, other companies are also doing this out there. It costs about $4 a card for those other companies. At Landvoice, we're $2 to $3 a card. If you only want to send one or two, it's going to cost you about $3. If you want to send some every month, it'll
Yeah.
be
How would we, is it like a smart plan that we could turn on and be like, hey, I need 3 going out. Here's a sequence. $2
yeah.
card. What is that? Like
If
$6?
if you just want to test it and send a couple cards, it's $3 a card. If you want to say, hey, I'm going to do this every month, I'm going to put $50 in my account, it's $2 a card. You're going to send 25 cards for $50 is what it will cost you.
You know what I would do? And this is where we had to test and then scale back down. I wish I would have scaled up instead when I first started.
Yep.
Eventually, I became very selective as to when I use this.
Yep.
So because we were at the time, we were highly involved in expireds and FSBOs, we would go through and say, well, here's my category, here's what I want, right? I'm only looking for, can I not get into this property because it's gated, or it's too far to drive all the time for all this whole process, or I know I can sell this, damn it, but I need extra touches, right?
That's it. Yep.
So I would be very selective, all of you, if you're looking at doing this, which I 100% want you to do this. I would say pick 2 a week. That's about 8, depending on the month, but that's about 8 in a month. Yeah. And then don't send 1. You will probably not get a high response on the first one. You may. I would do 3 to 5 if we're able to, Sean. 3 to 5 would be my goal. And if I'm only spending about you say $2?
$2 a card. Unless you're sending 1 or 2, then it's $3 a card.
So right. $2 a card. So that's $10 per property, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm only doing 8 in a month. Dude, that's $80. And I know from at least in our area, from the $80, because I'm being very selective, we would get an inquiry from that. And that's $80 gives me a possible listing appointment. That's crazy.
That's on 8 different properties, right? If you're sending out 4 or 5 follow-ups as well, only $80.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like a hand raiser for $80 at my price point. That's hands down.
Tristan, we know we got to focus on the hand raisers, the FSBOs, the expireds, the pre-foreclosure right now, because record number of consumers sitting on the fence, record low number of transactions. So if you can focus on the hand raisers, we're going to save you money and give you the highest quality data. So just a real quick plug, a lot of you are spending $200, $300 a month with FSBOs and expireds. We're going to do it for about $100 a month at Landvoice. Mm-hmm. And then you just start sending these cards and you start doing it different than all the competitors. You build the rapport, you establish the relationship. Let's start really what I like to call stacking listings and have an incredible summer, right?
I have a question for you on that. I totally forgot about this. And Gloria, we'll get right to you on this one. Dude, you have this thing called Genie, something Genie. We talked about
Data Genie. Yeah.
If I use Data Genie on, because it's all included if we do this thing, if we use Data Genie on expireds, right? Now I have better data. Explain this to me.
Yeah, real quick. So expireds, you take those from your MLS and we skip trace all that. We find all the contact information for you. And so you log in every day and it's done, right? What Data Genie is, Tristan, is in your CRM, you have a lot of really valuable leads with missing contact information. So we take all those missing contacts in your CRM and we upload that to Data Genie and it skip traces it just like we do your expireds. And now you've got all the contact info on your missing high quality.
So I have home address.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I can use
Data Genie.
I can use Data Genie, but I can also use, like, I have the sheet for the team.
Yep.
It's called 5 Reasons for Handwritten Notes.
Tight.
Right. Yeah. And this is like our database. So I have got a thank you note,
Yep.
right? And I go on and explain it.
Yep.
I've got an encouragement or support.
Yep.
I've got a just because note, right? Because whatever it is, celebration or congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one, which we use the most, a social media inspired note, which means we're paying attention. You're our friend on social, right?
Yep.
And so we're paying attention there and saying, oh, cool, that just happened. Oh, nice. And then we're using that as a reason to write a handwritten note.
Huge. Anniversaries, birthdays, all of those.
So we could probably, there's two segments here there's probably way more, but that I'm thinking.
Sure.
And I'm going to call expireds and FSBOs one segment, right? Yeah. And then the other one, the second segment would be my core sphere. Past clients, those people that know me, maybe haven't transacted, but they know me well. Mm-hmm. And that, I think those two, if I focused on those two for the next 3 months, we just minimized our cost for expireds and FSBOs to $80 a month starting. And if I could do the same thing, maybe another $80 for my core sphere, because I'm only sending one card to them. It's not like a sequence. Hey. Yeah. And I have a lot more that I can reach out and I connect with people. Dude, I like this.
And at $2 a card, I mean, we're talking about 50 different outreaches for $100 or 25 outreaches for $50. It's very affordable. And again, it sets yourself apart and you're doing something out different than your competitors to really stand out, right?
I like that. All right, going to Gloria's question. Can you show a picture of the handwritten note or anywhere? Do you have one on the desk or anywhere?
Yeah. So bear with me. Do we have another minute? We can do this together.
Yeah, we got this.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I was logged into the wrong account. So let me just show you guys. Let me log into.
Good question, Gloria. I wanted to see too. Because right now, Gloria, before Sean told me about this last time, I go to Amazon, I handwrite them, and it's like, listen, I have them in my drawer. No joke. Here they are in my drawer. Because we actually do this. This is crazy. This is what they look like. So we fold them. That was a brand new one. It's got a T, right? But I have to handwrite them. And then, right, envelope.
Or pay a VA to handwrite them. Or like even paying a VA, it's cheaper.
Dude, I'm old school. I freaking do this myself. So,
yeah.
But I love going your route because this gets on me some days. I'm like, damn it, do I have to do another one?
I'm logged into the right account now, guys. I apologize. So let's just say we've got this property here in Utah, and you're just going to click on this little handwritten card right here. And this is where it's going to pull up the template for us, right? So now I'm in expireds right now. So I'm going to look at my 5 expired templates are right here. This is what the front of the card will say. Now what, right? So let's say the property just expired. The front of the card is going to say, now what? Here's the template of what it says. Now, guys, you can get in here and edit all this. We're going to save your first name, last name, phone, your company name in your account settings. So this will all auto-populate for you. So you can get in here and edit this. You can auto-size it. You can change the font to whatever type of handwriting you think you like, right? I personally, I don't love that one, but
I like the second one you showed me because I can't write like that. That's pretty.
So you pick your handwriting style, right? And then from there, if you want to choose the cover, you can just come in here and choose from hundreds, guys, of different covers. We've found a few that we really like, but if you need to do an anniversary card, like you're saying, Tristan, or a birthday card, those are all here too, okay? But you pick the front of the card that you like. Again, we've built a template for you. Once you've saved this, all you now have to do is just kind of review it and make sure it's all there. And then you just push send. And this is in the mail. Again, it's handwritten on the front with the envelope. You can see that as well. Let's see, choose cover right here. Cover. It's all here. The envelope is here. You'll see all of that with a stamp and then push approve and send. And it's in the mail the very next day, guys. It's a really cool system. It's 3 clicks once you're happy with the template and you're in and you're out. So you can choose your covers, you can enter your note, you can review it, and you've got it all right there.
I love that. Yeah, and Gwen, yeah, they can change the font. You watch that happen. Great question.
Yep. Change the font and the font size. The font size, I usually just click auto and it re-auto sizes the whole thing to fit the card for you. So
Even better. Gloria, you're just full of good questions today. Another question from Gloria, Sean. She's saying, so you find the expired or FSBO, right?
Yep.
And we pick who to send to. Explain that process, please.
Yeah. So when you're subscribing to Landvoice, every morning you're getting new data. So you log into Landvoice with your account and you get all of your new expireds, all of your new FSBOs, all of your new pre-foreclosures.
Okay.
And then you can send a card to every single one of them right here. Or you can just hand select this one.
Yeah,
like let's say the price point works, and you just click that button and you send the card to that one, right?
Yep.
So it can be to all of them. It can be to just the ones you should cherry pick. Tristan and I both recommend you pick 2 or 3, 4 or 5 and experiment with. But we love these cards. And again, there's a template for each type of property. So now we're looking at FSBOs. When we click on the FSBOs, here's your FSBO templates that you should click through and see which one you like, or edit it and change it, and then save it. And once you've saved it, so you can edit here, click next, but you can also save that so you no longer have to ever change.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Right. So 5 different FSBO templates, 5 different expired templates, pre-foreclosure templates, geofarm templates, open house templates, whatever you need. It's all built in right here in the system for you. And it's 3 clicks and this card's out and ready for you.
I like that. What I would, well, this is just me personally.
Yep.
Sean, one of the questions that we get when I'm talking about luxury real estate on stage,
yes,
the number one question I get is how did you break in? It's the question everybody asks. Like, did you join a country club? I'm like, no, I didn't join a country club. Right? They won't even let me in. Right?
Yeah,
because I dress like Sean. Sean and I think we're banned from country club.
We're not luxury guys, are we,
No,
Tristan?
No. So how the hell did you get into luxury, Tristan? I'm like, no joke. Well, my first luxury listing was an expired.
Yeah.
It was expired from a letter mailer. When I got to his, dude, I have so many expired stories. It's crazy. I get to his house. It's been expired. The house is amazing. I get there on his island. He's got five letters unfolded on the island.
Yeah.
And he's like, what we get in, we go. So Tristan, tell me why you're different. I got your letters here. This is like aggressive guy, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. Direct.
So I'm like, okay. But I'm up to bat. It gave me an at bat. And then that was our first one from letters.
Yep.
The second one was a call, but it was expired. This is a whole different story. I know we're way over this one. So call up. He goes, yeah. Come over. It's $5 million. Malibu in the hills, 2014.
Okay.
Malibu up on the hill, no ocean view, massive acreage. I get there, and by the way, this house has been on Apple TV, had a show about it, and this was one of the houses. So I go in there. It's a massive property. It's beautiful. And then I meet him. He starts telling me about the house, and he goes, dude, I bought this on auction years ago, and it belonged to a drug lord. And there's like money hidden all over the place. I'm like, what? There's money. He goes, yeah.
In the walls, he probably
supposedly they never found all the money. I'm like, why aren't we digging, man? It's like, this is crazy. True story.
Yeah,
that was one of the expires I got.
Demo that thing to the frames. You're gonna get an ROI. Right?
I would be digging still because that was $5 million, but I mean cash in the ground somewhere.
Right.
I'm down.
Well, so listen, we just gave you the biggest hack today to tap into luxury, right? If you're subscribed to Landvoice, we're gonna get you all the phones, emails, contact info. But if you're sending handwritten cards, you literally log into Landvoice and you say, show me the last 30 days, last 60 days of expireds, sort by price, and you're going to see your highest priced homes in your area, your luxury homes. And now a handwritten card. I mean, Tristan, I know you were sending mail. Part of it was just printed, non-personal at all.
This
is handwritten. Yeah.
Before, yeah.
Yeah. And that moved the needle for you with print. This isn't even print, guys. This is handwritten, robot written, but looks like hand. And it's amazing. So that to me is the biggest hack, because you can go to our neighborhood search tool and get all the neighbors in a luxury area, but only 6% of them are going to move this year, right? Why not focus on the expireds in those areas and reach out to those homeowners?
Question for you here. Landvoice includes a dialer. How does this work?
Great question. Guys, there's a lot of litigation around dialers. I highly discourage dialers. I think you should just be on your phone and tap it right on Landvoice and then calling. There are dialers out there. We don't sell a dialer anymore. We ripped it out of our system, and there's some really good ones that we integrate with. Give us your PIN number and we'll integrate, push all the data right into it. But yeah,
dude,
we're not big.
I'm gonna touch on that. So is it Vias or Vias, Sharma? I come from a telemarketing world. So at 14, I was dialing for dollars at 14 summers. Amazing. And I didn't stop until I started in real estate when I was 23. Yeah. So I had that whole massive door knocking dialing. I come from a dialer world. I came into real estate. I was like, oh, it's the same thing. Dial, dial, dial. Yep. What I quickly found was that the dialer for me moves way too fast to build relationships. Mm-hmm. And so dude, by the way, I never freaking used the dialer. Even when we had in real estate, I was like, why would I use a dialer? I have to stop and be like, oh, hello. Because I hated that damn break.
There's a pause, there's a break.
No, it was terrible. I couldn't look up the property correctly.
You already killed rapport.
Exactly. So I hand out all of my expireds and FSBOs. I've always done it ever since I realized it sucked on the dialer. Because my job, your job, especially with AI going everywhere, we need to build relationships. A relationship needs to start off strong, right tonality, right? Number one, understanding who you're talking to. Do your research before you make the call. Go slow. This isn't about going fast. This is why we slowed down and said, we need to be sending note cards to people. We need to connect with people. Who am I calling? Sean. How many other properties does Sean own? Mm-hmm. Is this under a trust? Where is this located? How are the pictures? Okay, I think I'm ready to call. Yep. Sean, hey, it's Tristan. That's a completely different call than what coaches have been testing you, telling you to do for years. This is why we're actually successful with expireds, and coaches just coach. They actually never done this shit. So Sean, great job, buddy. I love this. Don't use the dialer, everybody. Don't call the do not call. Call straight out. Mail handwritten notes instead. Yep. It'll get you more business.